bastard. Why are you making things so difficult? So far we've got some nice music. Loading the game. Loading the game. It's a book. Oh, come on. Man, you guys are patient with this. Let's forward it a little bit. So far I just see Sora. Now it's frozen. It's about time you noticed, indeed. Come on. So close. Just back it up a hair. All right, we're going to go to the next question. So sorry. We'll get it, yes.
I was wondering, with the Final Fantasy VII remake coming out, have you gotten any calls about doing Reno yet?
Not from people who are paying. Or casting, or directing, or writing.
You already said you haven't gotten calls about Kingdom Hearts 3 dubbing yet.
Yeah, I have not received any calls about Kingdom Hearts.
Well, it should be soon because it's releasing in December, I think, in Japan.
Oh, I thought they were just making an announcement about it in December.
Well, I heard stuff about... Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Then it must be December next year. Oh, okay. Then my information's wrong, but I'm sure it'll be soon.
Well, they'll be announcing it this December, which means, I don't know. If I'm lucky, we'll get to work at the end of this year on it, which I hope we do. And as far as Reno goes and Final Fantasy, yeah, it's the same thing. I've not heard from many of them. So it's all speculation until, I get the call. And then I couldn't tell you anyway.
Okay, thank you.
But I'm being honest in the fact that I've been called by no one. So, yeah. They're very selfish people.
What was your favorite voice acting that you did for a character?
Well, I think I very much enjoyed, I was on The Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and there was a casting director named Chris Zimmerman who I worked with on the Metal Gear series and the Johnny Quest series, and she was casting and directing. She wanted me to come in to be this attorney who was a snake, and she wanted me to do him like Christopher Walken. So I got to be Christopher Walken as a snake, but not Snake from Metal Gear. And his name was something different. It wasn't Chris Walken. You'd have to look up and find out which one it was. It was nice. So I enjoyed doing that as well as playing Sir Paul McCartney. And I've done Paul in a couple of independent movies. As me, as him on camera. You see my face? Woo! And I've done him also on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Yeah. And I'm always in concert, I've been touring for the last 40 years, it feels like, without a break. So those are two of my favorites. Thank you.
What started you on this path to voice acting?
Say, what started me on the path?
Yeah.
I guess the long story would be that when I was a kid, I started doing impressions when I was 8 years old. A buddy of mine and I, the stand-up comic now, Bill Russ, would watch TV. We'd watch impressionists doing impressions, and we would do impressions of impressionists' impressions. And then we would also impersonate or do, voices like friends around us and different people around us. And in the end, after I had taken some workshops like I was talking about earlier, I was around college age, I went out to Los Angeles after graduating university.
You're not in the shot. I zoomed it out.
With a degree in radio, television, film, and theater, and ended up taking a voiceover workshop class in animation with a guy named Bob Bergen, who actually is the voice of Porky the Pig. I I had done TV, I had done some extra work, some music, some rock, some production. I'd done all kinds of things, and at the time, my then girlfriend said, why don't you pick one thing, focus on it, and then branch out, you know, from there. She said, you did so well, you know, in that animated voiceover workshop, and you already have a demo from Cleveland. Why don't you do that? And I said, all right, I'll try. We'll see what happens. Maybe, who knows? So that's what I did. I focused on that, and within the first few years, it took a few years, but it turned into a career. Like, I started working and found out, wow, there's this whole industry for voice acting, for commercials, promos, narration, animation, and eventually video games and anime. And so it just turned into a career, and I've probably done more of that than anything else, and that's why we're here. That's a great way to end this. Thank you. How about a hand for all of you? Oh, and the good news, I believe we found the character. Let's see if this will play.
A heart is never lost for good. There may have been variances in our dispositions.
There may have been variances in our dispositions.
Questionably short signs of a burgeoning replacement.
Replacement.
One. The heart can also be nurtured.
Once born, the heart can also be nurtured.
To control
He's
the
getting kind of
mind.
close.
Attempts to control the mind
Of self.
of self. And now I have another character to do for you. That is him.
No,
That
he's
is now
getting
me. And time for me to see you as I start signing, taking pictures. 2, 3, 4. Shut the door. I'm King for you. Original music by BTS.